Hey everybody, this is Brian Crecente, the executive editor at Polygon, and I wanted to show off to you today a cool new device. Well, one version of the device is new, and one is not as new, but it's both of them are controllers made by Gamevice. It's called the Gamevice. One is for the iPad Mini, that's this one right here, and the other is for the iPhone 6 series. This one would fit the 6S, 6S Plus, the 6, or the 6 Plus. So we're going to look at both of these in a minute. These are designed to hold your device and allow you to play games using twin thumbsticks and buttons and a directional pad and bumpers and triggers. They both sell for $99 each. So they're each $99. You don't get a bundle deal. $99.95 specifically. This one will hold an iPad Mini, and there's an iPad Air version that will be coming out. The iPad Mini version has been out for a bit. This came out today. So before I show you how it functions, I do want to show you some of the cool things about the phone version, which is a smaller one. So it has a locking mechanism here in the back. You can see that you can change the length of this so that it really snaps in depending if you have the Plus or not. Again, it has the twin sticks, has the face buttons. Nice good look at those. It has a pause button, D-pad. These don't push in. It does have a battery button here. Most of the buttons that can be on here, or all the buttons that can be on here, are on here. There are some requirements that Apple has made for iOS. Here's an earplug jack, headphone set, jack. And then this is where you charge the device. And I'll show you when you push, oh, that's funny, it's dead. I charged it last night, I thought. But anyway, when you push it, this will light up. One of the cool things about this version for the iPhone is that it is very portable. It's tiny. Folds up. It has little magnets in it, which I'll show you right now. Let me lift this up and you'll see. It kind of clicks together with these little magnets, and that holds it in. So it doesn't take up that much space. You can just toss that in your bag. Now let me show you the bigger version. Well, I like this because I like the idea of playing on my iPhone, and this is a very good controller. Very important to mention for both controllers, by the way, is that it has a lightning connector, which means that because it's not using Bluetooth, this is a much lower latency controller than you would get with a Bluetooth connected controller. And there's like no latency that I could tell. This is a fantastic controller. But let's look at the one that I really like, and that is for the iPad Mini. One of the reasons I like this is because these thumbsticks are just gorgeous. They feel so good, and the controller in general just feels amazing. And it's got a nice look to it. Let me show you how this works though. We're going to go ahead and slap my iPad Mini into this. So the first thing you do is you push it into that, and then you pull it open, and so it's saying that it wants to communicate with the app. I'm going to open the app up. Sorry, it's so reflective, but that's the iPad for you. Again, these went on sale, or the iPhone version went on sale today, but the other is already available. It supports something like 750 games. This is the app that you can download for free. It essentially just shows you all the games it supports, and there are a lot. These are the featured ones. Whoops. And if I go on Explore, you could see that you can go by category. This is a really nice thing. It's not necessary, but if you want to find a game that has this support tested out on it, I find that there are a lot of games that will support controllers, but don't necessarily support them to the degree that you want. If you want to be able to test it out, make sure it's been tested out and that it's going to play well, this is great, because I can go in here and say, you know, I want to play a strategy game that uses the controller. There it goes. Oops, I just clicked lifestyle, sorry. Well, say a lifestyle game. Here are some lifestyle games, adventure games. I'm going to show you now in a second how well this controls. So let's go back. A couple things about the bigger version. It too has the battery button. It shows the batteries, charging, same charging. Has a little headphone jack there. I'm going to go ahead while we're talking and launch this. Pause button, power button, bumpers, triggers, and face buttons, and the thumbsticks. And then this. Blitz Brigade is a game I've been playing for a little bit. It is it's a fun little, oh, great. I'm not going to be able to connect. It's a fun little, this is hilarious. I never have this issue. It's like Team Fortress-esque in that it's a cartoonish shooter. Let's go ahead and play a little quick match here if I can get it going. So it's pretty straightforward. It's deathmatch. It has some capture the flag. Not capture the flag, I'm sorry. It has capture point mode. There's some vehicles in it. The main thing, though, is that I want to show you how the controls work. Now, I will say it does take a little getting used to using any of these controllers. While this is of the bunch that I've tested, and I've tested quite a few, I would say this is right up there with my favorite. Right up there with the SteelSeries Nimbus, which is a very, very good controller. I would say that you still are going to have to get used to it. I'm going to join Axis, and we'll play this dude. So here we go. I'm going to just run around. I think there's a way to run. Oh, yeah, there we go. See if I can find some folk to shoot for you. Now this is going to be popping up things because I haven't played it on the iPad before. I played a lot of World of Tanks Blitz with this. It was a lot of fun. I do think sometimes, especially with shooters, that people who don't use controllers might have the edge because there's a lot of stuff built into these sort of games to make the virtual controls a little easier to use than they should be. But like I said, I really like this controller. Well, I can't find anybody to shoot. But anyway, you can see how the gameplay works. And of course, I could go through and increase the sensitivity. I don't know why I think the game's chugging a little bit because it keeps popping up these tip boxes. Anyway, this is the Gamevice. It's a fun device if you're really into gaming on your iPad or your iPhone, or soon your iPad Air, your iPad Mini, your iPad Air. I would recommend getting this. Let's see if I can get in this plane. No, that's right. You can't get in planes. You can get in helicopters or tanks. Helicopter's gone. Oh, there's a Jeep or Jeeps. Let me do that. Yeah, anyway, I recommend this. I think it's a great device. It's a little pricey for a controller, $100, but if you do a lot of gaming on the go on your iPad or your iPhone, I think it's worth the investment because it's really good. I will say, getting back to, oh, I got to shoot this dude. Hold on a second. I finally found someone to shoot. Let me fire off some shots. Okay, there's something weird going on there. There we go. I am getting some lag on this. This has nothing to do with the controller, by the way. This is the servers. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. It's acting a little weird. The firing is acting weird. Okay, I lost the dude. I don't want to keep wasting your time. Let's go back real quickly. Oh, there's the dude. Oh. So I shot him. So anyway, let's go back real quickly to the iPhone controller. I want to point something out, though, on the iPad controller. You see that? How good that stick looks? You know, it's a nice thick shaft. It's got a lot of springiness to it, just the right amount of tension. Feels really good. You go over to this. This is the one thing I don't like about this controller, the iPhone version. I guess this is in part because they had to sort of make things smaller. I don't know. But this is a really tiny piece of plastic sitting on top there. It's like you can even hear it, how plasticky it sounds. So it still feels pretty good, but it would have been nice if they had this had been maybe rubberized. This is like a hard plastic, and it's actually very thin on the sides, and it just feels cheap. The rest of this feels great, but that's the only thing I don't like about this controller. It feels it's got a really good feel other than that, and it does a great job of letting you play games. So that's it. If you're into gaming on your iPad or your iPhone, you should check these out, the Gamevice, and hit up comments if you have any questions. Thanks. Take care.